Good evening, everyone. As mentioned, my name is Larry Savoy. First of all, I'm a proud Archbishop Carroll graduate, class of 1993, but also current president. I'm excited to introduce our student speaker today. But before that, I want to just take a few minutes to say thank you so much to the Catholic Business Network of DC and all of our partners and volunteers. And a special thank you to Justin Silver. Thank you, Justin, for having us here. And thank you for making sure that this event happened. Although virtual, it's happening. And it's really important that it's happening because we need your support. Things are not the way it should be, as we all know. And I want you to know how important Catholic education means, how much this means to me. I am a product of Catholic education. Archbishop Carroll High School and the Catholic Church saved my life. If it wasn't for priests and religious pouring themselves into me, giving me the opportunity to attend Archbishop Carroll High School over 30 years ago, I would not be sitting here today. I say all that to you because I want you to understand how much we need support. We need support because in these trying times, there's so many people that are looking for answers. They're looking for ways to help their young people better themselves. And our Catholic schools are doing a great job. The demand is great in terms of financial assistance. I never want to go and tell a family you cannot attend Archbishop Carroll because you cannot afford it. So we look for partners such as yourselves to continue to help us, to grow us, to make sure that we're doing the things that are necessary. I want to say a special thank you to Dr. Beth Reeves from the Washington School for Girls, because the student speaker that you're about to hear is a product of Washington School for Girls, as also Archbishop Carroll High School. Thank you so much for all that you're doing for those young people, but most importantly, what you did for this student speaker, Miss Raquel Armstrong. Class of 2022, which means she's a junior, soon to be a senior, and soon to be making all of those important choices of college. She is an honor student now because she fell short a couple of times, and now she's back on track. But that is the trials and tribulations of not just Raquel, but most of our young people across the country who get to high school and then don't understand what it means to be successful, and then they need the guidance and support of people like all of our schools that are doing these great things in this Catholic environment. She's a cheerleader. She participated in softball. She's SGA, a phenomenal young lady who has a mission and a passion to someday go to Florida A&M and to work in sports management and sports medicine. But that's just one of many students that we have here at Archbishop Carroll High School. And I just want to take a few minutes to say, again, thank you so much for all that you're doing. Continue to help us change the trajectory of young people in this Washington, D.C. area by giving them a proper Catholic school education. And at this time, without further ado, I now present to you Ms. Raquel Armstrong. Raquel?
Good evening. I am Raquel Armstrong, and I'm a proud member of the graduating class of 2022 at Archbishop Carroll High School. Welcome to the virtual gala, and thank you for being here with us this evening. I am honored to speak with you all today about my Catholic school experience, which began 6 years ago at the Washington School for Girls in Southeast DC. I started as an open-minded fifth grader, excited to soon be entering middle school. The thought of a private Catholic all-girls school was what attracted my parents to WSG, and I eagerly awaited to start my first day of school. I will never forget my first day, dressed in yellow polos and plaid skirts that were way too long. I remember being afraid because I didn't know anyone. This was my first Catholic school. But those feelings changed during my first school community mass. I know what you all are thinking. What fifth grader enjoys mass? But I did. As I listened to Father Frank speak, something within me began to change. From that moment on, I became interested in learning more about my faith and about God. Lucky for me, religion class was a requirement. And while it wasn't everyone's favorite, it was helping me find answers to the questions I didn't know that I had. One thing I enjoyed the most at WSG was that there was never a limit to what one could learn. When I was promoted to the Arc Middle School campus, I went from math and science to religion and Spanish to clubs after school, from the talent shows at WSG to the trips to Florida with the Boys and Girls Club. I was constantly tasked with balancing school and extracurricular activities. I was honored to be elected Junior Youth of the Year of Washington, D.C., and was motivated to step up and become serious and focused about my future. I was grateful for opportunities like these because I was able to grow into the courageous woman that I am today. I'm grateful to have learned about Mary McLeod Bethune, one of our founding spirits of WSG, because she inspired me to believe that a woman, especially of color, can achieve so much in the world that we live in today. Furthermore, the founding spirits wanted us to grow spiritually and academically. It was this foundation that prepared me for an exciting transition to Archbishop Carroll High School. My freshman year, I made the honor roll, ran for a seat in the student council, and joined the Emerald Illusion dance team. I was meeting new friends and building relationships with teachers and even found time to join the cheerleading team. You're probably wondering how I balanced my academics and extracurricular and a social life. And the truth is, I didn't. I found myself overwhelmed, unmotivated, and uninterested in school. This led to me not making the honor roll, nor being able to participate in the extracurricular activities I enjoyed so much. High school was no longer exciting for me, and I had lost faith in myself. So occasionally, or more than occasionally, I would find myself back at WSG, trying to figure out how to get myself back on track. The staff would quickly remind me that no one said it was going to be easy, but what I remember even more than their encouraging words was their unwavering faith in me. I had many goals and knew that I needed to make a change for the better. So I turned to God in prayer, knowing that all things are possible through Him who strengthens me. He is my Heavenly Father who has never left me nor forsaken me, and I believe that He would show up for me during these challenging times. I knew that I would be walking by faith and not by sight. Like anything else, it took time. I was also encouraged by the staff at Archbishop Carroll High School for support, and a quarter later, I was back on track. If it not had been for my faith, perseverance, family, and both school communities, I would not be the courageous, intelligent, and driven young woman that I am today. Having the opportunity to attend 2 great Catholic schools has not only helped me with academics, but has helped me get closer to God. I'm confident that God has far greater plans than I can imagine, and it is with God's grace and His love that I will graduate Archbishop Carroll High School on the honor roll, get accepted into FAMU, and study sports management. Life will always present itself with challenges, and I am so thankful to have a community of leaders and love who will quickly remind me to keep God at the center of my life. I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge and show appreciation to those who supported my journey. Thank you to God for your many gifts and blessings. Thank you to my parents for believing in my potential. Thank you to my teachers, tutors, and volunteers everywhere. Thank you to Mr. LeVar and the Boys and Girls Club. Thank you to the Opportunity Scholarship Program. Thank you to Dr. Reeves, Ms. Lockhart, the late Mr. Kitchen, Mrs. Jones, and the Washington School for Girls. Thank you to Mr. Larry Savoy and the Archbishop Carroll community. Last but certainly not least, I would like to conclude by acknowledging the Catholic Business Network. Thank you for believing in me and students like me, whether it be your time, talent, or treasure, seeing our potential and giving us the tools to be strong and proud students of faith. Thank you for allowing me to be with you this evening, and thank you for your support. I am truly thankful. Thank you.